Y'all about Shemir Sharp on the third. Let me if you can hear me in the chat, go ahead, drop a one. All right. All right. Most High Christ. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and get it in. All right. Shalom Israel. Shalom Yasharallah in the Hebrew. To all the Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians out there, Shalom. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Brakatah. To all the brothers, to all the sisters out there, Shalom. Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashem Yahweh. All right, which means, for one, when we say Shalom, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Barakatah, that means peace. May the Lord in Christ bless you. All right. We say Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashem Yahweh. We're saying Shalom or peace in the name of the Lord in Christ. May He protect and watch over you. All right. Now, to the brothers out there that may be new, if you are coming into class for the first time learning, you should have you a King James Version Bible, right? Hey, Shalom, Lord in Christ, all right? Shalom, Quran Yalla. Man, the water to that brother too came through today as well for me. It's high in Christ. You should have a King James Version Bible. You should have your Apocrypha. You should have your Zondervan Bible Dictionary. That's your Hebrew starter packet, man. All right, we're going to get into tonight's topic, though. The question is, war ready? Are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians out there war ready? Because this is what everybody is talking about on the streets, at home, at the job, at the slavery, on the basketball courts. The things that the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge has been talking about and teaching since 1969, everyone in America is talking about these things. Ever since a couple of weeks ago, when some devil tried to go and unalive Donald Trump, people are really starting to understand that it's getting real out here, man. I was just talking to a brother on the way to class, outside the class, you know what I mean, our neighbors. And they like, man, this is wild. Some people think it was staged. Some people think it was a setup. It was a backdoor. Whatever it was that happened at that scenario, if that devil would have got killed and got his brains blown out on live TV, everyone knows his followers would have went to war for him. Matter of fact, let's get that, man. That is actually right. John 18:36. If them devils would have went to war for Donald Trump, it's actually right. Why am I saying that, man? Let me get John chapter 18, verse 36. John chapter 18, verse 36. Why am I saying that is right? That is right for their people. That is right for their kingdom. That is right for their nation. Now, is it right for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Nah, hell no. That's going to be hell for us. If his people go to war and start a civil war over Donald Trump, that's going to be hell on earth. And we already in hell on earth already. But for his people, for his nation, for their leader, that's the right spirit to be in. We need to find that spirit. Like, okay, he said, can I get an understanding of Matthew 20 and 15? Con, I'll get to that right after this. So that spirit is right, because you got to think about Psalms 83. We read this and we say this in part of our prayers on every Sabbath day, every high holy day. In Psalms 83rd chapter, it says that the nations were confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites and the Hagarenes of Moab, all these nations, they were confederate. They came together. They had a brotherhood amongst each other and amongst themselves. That was the foundation of them destroying us. And that's going to be the foundation of us getting free from this hell. We're going to have brotherhood for each other the same way these nations have brotherhood for themselves. If they would have put that devil to death that day, his people would have fought for him. His people would have rolled for him. And we're going to see what it talks about Christ right here. So the book of John, chapter 18, in verse, let's see, let's go up a little bit. We'll go to verse 33. This is when Christ had been brought before Pontius Pilate. The book of John, chapter 30, chapter 18, verse 33. Then Pilate entered into the judgment hall again and called Yahushua and said unto him, Art thou the king of the Jews? Yahushua answered him, Sayest thou this thing of thyself, or did others tell it thee of me? Like, he's asking him, are you calling me the king of the Jews, or did other people tell you or gas you up for you to come and say this, right? Pilate answered, Am I a Jew? He's being sarcastic. Like, am I a nigga? I ain't no nigga. I ain't like y'all. You understand? Thine own nation and the chief priests have delivered thee unto me. What hast thou done? Like, I ain't made this judgment call. I didn't go out there and see what's going on in the black world. These Negroes brought you to me. I had never heard of you, basically. Am I a Jew? I don't know nothing that's going on in y'all politics, going on y'all environment. I ain't got nothing to do with none of that, man. Am I a Jew? Shalom, Yabashim Yashab, young man, you understand? Checking in from San Ho. We got our brothers from San Ho, man. Let's get together, man. I'm gonna see, Lord allow, see y'all brothers on Saturday. And shout out, yeah, we're gonna have to promote one time too. Quran Yala, you might want to put that in the chat. We're gonna be meeting, I believe, at Arroyo Park, 1 o'clock Saturday. Food drive, clothing drive in Oakland, California, this Saturday, July 27th. You know, if you in the area, pull up, see the brotherhood that the UPK has for the Lord's chosen people, man. The brothers is doing this out of their own, you know, love for the nation of Israel. Because this is the love that we saw for our king. This is the things that he taught us. And this is one of the examples of what he saying how his people should get down for him. Right? Verse 36, Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. This is a bar right here. Christ is saying, man, this is not my kingdom. Right now, this place that you call in Israel is not the real Israel. All those of Israel are not of Israel, man. These people that are running this nation right now are a bunch of goddamn sellouts, a bunch of Uncle Toms, a bunch of traitors to the Lord's chosen people. If this were my kingdom, my people would fight, that I wouldn't be delivered up into the hands of these fake Israelites, into the hands of these goddamn oppressors, man, these Roman Empire, right? There you go. Yep. Hot Food in Colon Drive, Oakland, California, Royal Park, July 27th, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m., man. We're going to be getting it on. You understand? If you in need, pull up, let your folks know where we're going to be at. If you got questions, you just want to come and break bread and see how the ISUPK get down, then pull up to a Royal Park, man. All right? But yeah, the same way, if you had a kingdom and you were in charge and your people weren't slaves, that's what Christ is letting you know. The people that they called him king of were slaves underneath the Romans. They didn't want to fight for their king. They wanted to fight to destroy their king. That's the way we get treated here in the UPK to this day. Because we don't go out and tell our people smooth things, prophesy nice things, tell you that everything's going to be all right, nothing's ever going to happen to you. All you got to do is come to our church, pay your tithes, and you're going to become a millionaire, and you're going to be a billionaire. You're going to have jets, and you're going to have helicopters. You're going to live like Kim Kardashian and all of that. We don't tell you that. We tell you the truth like Jeremiah did. What happened to the prophet Jeremiah when he told his people the truth? They tried to kill Jeremiah, man. They tried to destroy that brother the same way they did Christ. So he's saying, if this was my kingdom, my people would come out and fight. Well, guess what? This kingdom is the oppressor's kingdom. This kingdom is your oppressor's nation. And if you come around messing with their leader, whoever they deem to be their king, and try to harm them, these people will go to war for him. And that's the right spirit to be in. We need to learn how to be in that spirit. We found that spirit right here in the UPK under Commanding General Yohana. And we go out and fight for our people and fight for our nation. And we're willing to kill and die if necessary for our people. All right? Now let's go into some of these pieces. Oh, yeah, let's get the brother's question. You know what I mean? Shalom, Yabashim Yashad, Buck Third, a priest and officer, Uragabar as well, man. Most High in Christ to these brothers. And the water, Uragabar, you know what I'm saying? Checking on the brother the other day. I have missed a call from you too. I'm going to get back with you too. I might call you after class. Matter of fact, my phone battery is low. Let me turn it off so I don't lose no battery once I get out of class. Lock it. I digress. Let's go to what the brother wanted. Matthew, they say 20th chapter. Is there a specific question of Matthew 20th and 15, or you just wanted a general breakdown? Matthew 20 and 15. Okay. What is this? The parable right here about the penny, right? It's the parable about the penny. All right. We'll give some little context. We'll give some context to this parable. All right, general breakdown. So the context, let's go to this real quick. We're going to try to run through this one. And matter of fact, you can go and get the full breakdown of this whole chapter in the context of what this means directly from Commanding General Yohana. Go to Commanding General Yohana's page on YouTube. In the past, like a week or two ago, they put up some old classes from back in the early 2000s that the general was teaching. And one of the classes is called Christ Gave Us a Penny. And you can look up that class, and he gives a full breakdown on this. But I'm going to give you a quick breakdown on the background, what's going on here. So the book of Matthew, chapter 20 and verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. So this is what it's like gaining the kingdom of heaven, getting into the kingdom of heaven. There's a man that is a householder. He's a rich man. He owns property and land, etc. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. So this is how we are building the kingdom. We're getting brothers ready to come into the truth. We're going out and doing the work of the Lord. You come into the school, you promise to get a shot at getting into the kingdom of heaven by coming to the school and coming into the truth, right? And that's your penny that you was promised to get, is get that opportunity to get into the kingdom of heaven, man. And you were supposed to go and do the work of the Lord in order to get into the kingdom of heaven. You are one of those laborers. Those are the first brothers that come into the truth. Then it says, he went out into the marketplace and saw others standing idle and said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give you. And they went their way. So they tell these brothers, now this is the second wave of brothers entering into the truth, right? And he went out about the 6th and 9th hour and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle and said unto them, why stand ye here all day idle? They said unto him, because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall ye receive. So these brothers out here, they're saying no one has come out and hired us. These are brothers, as time goes on and the truth is growing, these Christian pastors are not teaching these brothers in the world. The reason why they ain't coming to the truth is because no one is going out and teaching them why they should come into the truth, right? So the 11th hour is like the last hour of the day. These are the last brothers to come into the truth in the last days, right? Verse 8. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. So these brothers that are new coming into the truth, man, the young men, like you got young men coming into the school. If they coming around me, I don't worry about me. Don't worry about if I got a plate or if I got food. I know it's rank and order and all that, you know, and Most High Christ for brothers being honorable and trying to show that amount of humility, right? And honor for the men above them. But if it's a young man, don't worry about me. Don't worry if I got a water, man. Make sure he has a water. Don't worry about if I got a plate, man. Make sure that brother got a plate. This brother may be the last brother that came into the truth, and you may have been in here earlier, putting in the groundwork, making sure things get built up. But he said, make sure that last gets their penny first, man. They get that same opportunity to gain the kingdom, to be in the truth that you had. And they deserve everything that you put in the groundwork to work for. That's what we working for. We working to gain this brother right here. This is the fruit of your labor right here, man. Treat that brother with honor. Treat him with humility. Treat him like a brother. Show him some brotherhood, because this is who the Lord wants, man, right? You've been here. You've had the opportunity. And that's the time. Like, the longer you've been in the truth, the more you should get worried. The longer you've been around, the more you should get worried. Like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't get more comfortable. You got a higher chance of leaving the truth now than you did when you first got in here, because you've been here longer. So don't get puffed up, man. That was the hypocrisy. That was the leavening of the Sadducees and Pharisees. And this is what Christ is trying to teach his men to avoid. So like, I digress. I'm going to try to run through this breakdown. So I'm going through a lot of verses, right? So let's go. And when they came that, verse 9, it's like it, Matthew chapter 20, verse 9. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. They in their mind, they're like, we put all this work in the vineyard. You came and you watered 2 plants. We tilled the ground. We planted the seeds. We watered the seeds. We cut the grass. We did the weeds. We got everything ready. We did all this to get to the harvest. We put in all blood, sweat, and tears, man. How are we getting paid the same as this person? How is this brother going to get the kingdom or be treated the same when he's a Johnny come lately, man? That's worldly. That's the heathen's mentality. You know who's known for doing that? Which is the complete opposite, right, of the spirit of Christ, is the oppressor. Think about a football team, basketball team, all of that. When you join a basketball team, you get in the NBA, you get in the NFL, you in high school, college, what do? They haze you. They make you do outlandish things. They disrespect you. They spit in your food. They slap you in the face. They doing all other abominable LGBT things in certain different organizations to brothers, abusing these men because they're new, because they're a rookie. That's the spirit that these people and these heathens have. And this is what they was having. Like, man, we did this, we did that. They shouldn't get no equal treatment as us. We're better than them. Nah, man. You're not better than these new brothers. You're not better than a young man. You just made no more or no better, which is even more reason for you to show this brotherhood. Because you should understand what it's like to come out of the world. You should be happy and celebrate the same way the angels do when this brother changes his life. And you should make that transition easy for this brother as opposed to hard for this brother, right? But verse 11, and when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house. They were like, come on, man. Why this brother over here is showing him so much love? Why he over there, you know what I'm saying, dapping him up and you know what I'm saying, bigging him up, giving him shout outs. All he did was take out the trash one time. You made a post about the brother giving him credit. Yeah, man, it's glorious, man. Don't murmur and be mad that this brother is getting his shine. And he may not have done as much as you have done already. This brother deserved that shine, man. Why? Verse 12, saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour. They only worked 1 hour. We've been here for 10 hours before this, right? 11 hours, really, right? And thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden of the heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? I didn't do nothing wrong to you. I didn't take nothing from you. I promised you a shot at the kingdom. Huh? That's what you got. These brothers came in, they had the same shot and opportunity. Because they gained the same place that you got, you upset at them or at me for doing this and treating them with the same brotherhood. Yeah, you put in the groundwork. Yeah, you did work hard. But we all are brothers at some point, right? But let's see. Verse 13. Verse 14. Take that thine is and go thy way. I will give unto this last, even as unto thee. Verse 15. He's saying, I'm going to give to the last brothers, the new brothers, the same as I gave to you. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Like, I can do whatever I want with my money. I can honor who I want with my authority. I can raise up or show appreciation to whoever the hell I want to show appreciation to. I can give access to the kingdom to whoever I want to give access to the kingdom because this is my kingdom. This is my house. This is my vineyard that you coming in working on, right? Is thine eye evil because I am good? That is a cut, man. That is such a deep precept. And it's so worldly and it's so carnal. If you haven't been through the world and you see it in so many different, places in society, women, and women. Brothers know that feeling when it comes to women, right? Like, that's almost like gaining a new wife. Sisters going, man, I was here when you ain't had nothing, and I held you down, and I did all this work, and now you get a new wife. It's like, damn, that bro, you gonna buy her a house too? Are you gonna buy her a car too? We both got brand new cars. They're the same car. He gave him the same penny. She gonna be mad that she got one too. I can't love her. Like, do I gotta be evil towards her now that we have the ability to buy cars and have nice things? I got you a car. I'm supposed to get you a nicer car than hers because she just came. She's my wife the same way you're my wife. I love her the same way I love you. So when people have that spirit, it's really bitch made, man. It's a wrong spirit to be, man. And that's what Christ is checking. Like, they acting like some females around this situation. Do I gotta be evil because you are evil? Because you are a hater, I gotta be a hater too? Nah. People do that so much, they drag people down. That's another situation I've seen recently. Like, sister out here talking about one sister talking to another sister, not in the school when I say sister, I'm talking about just actual family sisters. They know that they father, they got other women on the side. One sister want to go and tell the father about this and tell the wife about this and destroy the whole relationship between him and their stepmother because her life is miserable. She wants to pull someone else down because her life is miserable and bring confusion and destruction amongst them. That's makes people feel better. Like, if you living in turmoil, you want someone else to feel the same pain you're doing, so you'll go out of your way to make that person feel that, right? Look, verse 16. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen, right? And so when it comes to coming to the truth, many are called. Everybody has been called to come into this vineyard. Everyone has been called to come and do the work of the Lord, but few are chosen, actually have the right spirit to do this work and stay and really gain that kingdom. Really gain being in power and in charge of the nation of Israel, because the Lord is seeing what you have done with the opportunity, right? You continued in brotherhood and in the spirit of brotherhood and the mercy that Christ had for the men that got it on the last day, the love that he had for them and the honor he had for them, giving them that same brotherhood as he did as someone that's been there a long time. Esau and his military, we have rank and order for structure. That's it. That's all it is, man. But we all are brothers, man. They in Esau's kingdom, they got seniority, they got real life discrimination, and on a lot of different levels based on who's been here, who hasn't been here, and who comes first and who hasn't come first. Christ, like, damn all that, man. The first will be last, and the last, I'll just say, Slock it. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last, man. These last brothers is so important. They're gonna get that. Let that brother get that bottle of water first, man. Pour him up a drink first, man. You understand? Make sure make sure that brother has a plate, man. Let's see. All right. So hopefully that gives a general breakdown of that, and we'll go on into tonight's topic. All right. Ayundabar. You got any other questions? Anybody else got any questions online? Go ahead, type it in the chat. You know, we can't wait for this weekend, man. All right. Tonight's topic, though, going back. Let's get Ezekiel 20 and 32. Did we get that already? Get it. No, we didn't. World War III is coming. Wars and rumors of wars are being spoken about, man. Many can argue that we already in World War III right as we speak, man. Shalom, Yabashim Yashab Brakatah. I'm sure, assuming that's Priest Officer Natazab, man. Most High in Christ. I see Yawasop out there, man, getting it in. He running that race question. I feel him. That he trying to go viral with that real quick, man. That was an excellent question. It never gets old, too. No matter how many different people you ask, that joint is hilarious. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 32. Let's go ahead and get it. Bow. Talking about Yahweh, got me on the plug here. Boom, bow. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 32, and it reads, "And that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries to serve wood and stone." This is how we got into the situation that we in, man. We have tried to be like the heathens, serve wood and stone, serve their gods, follow their mannerisms, engulf ourselves in their culture. Like it was so heavy what General Muhammad was saying, how when you think you being a gangster is acting black, you really acting like an oppressor. You think that stealing and robbing and you know what I mean? You think that's acting black. It's really acting like the oppressor. All those things that we have taken in as our culture today is really their culture. Our culture really is a righteous culture in this book, all right? Let's keep going. Verse 33, "As I live, saith the Lord, the Most High, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you." That's how the Lord is going to come back and rule over the children of Israel. He's going to have to stretch his arm out and destroy these nations to pull us back into our freedom. Verse 34, "And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out." Like just reading that right now, you know what that reminds me of? Salahi, that reminds me of what's that movie? House Party. The whole movie was about Kid or play. I always confuse him. I think it was Kid was the light-skinned brother with the high top. The whole movie about Kid, the first one, him sneaking out the household, his father telling him, "Nah, these are the rules. You broke the rules. You want punishment. You need to stay in the house." He didn't obey the rules. He broke the law of the house and went out to party. His father storming through town, going block to block, door to door, trying to find out, going through hell and high water to find his son, to pull him out of that goddamn party, man. That's what the Lord is going to have to do to Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He coming to pull us out from amongst the heathen because we trying to party and blend in and enjoy ourselves amongst these heathens. Like, it's weird. I was in Georgia last week, man. It's getting weird. Like, it's so much destruction amongst our people. When you see us graft on to so many different identities that are not of this Bible, it's almost hilarious, but it's really sad. Like nowadays, you got, obviously, historically, we got brothers and sisters that want to be in the streets, hood to hood, every ghetto. You got other brothers and sisters, they want to go into the corporate world. They acting like the heathens. You got other brothers and sisters want to go into the sport world. They acting like heathens over there. You got brothers and sisters now. I seen some cats in the gas station in Atlanta. The sister came in with the gothic black makeup on, black stockings, black skirt, body all exposed, half naked, looking destroyed, tattoos. She looked like an emo white woman, a white whore at that. And it's 2 or 3 of them, and one of the brothers was an Issachrite. He damn near in a trench coat, got black fingernails. I'm like, where is these niggas coming? They've been online and went down the rabbit hole of goth and emo, listening to rock music, and they have really joined themselves to these other nations in that manner. And I hate to see it, but it's like I say, it's funny when you see one of those brothers. At least this group I seen was all Israelites. It was an Issacharite, 3 black sisters. They all dressed in gothic. Not one of them is Edomite, but they look just like Edomites in their culture. It's even more funny to me when you see one of them amongst all the heathens. And, you know, I talk about that with Nadazab. And I remember y'all was talking about that, bringing that out. Like, these brothers that go and try to blend in, it's like really watching Adam and Eve hide amongst the nations. Like, bruh, we can see you. You got an afro, you got nappy hair, you black as hell. You over there dressed like these heathens. They look normal. That's their culture. You look completely out of place. You cannot blend in as a black, Hispanic, or Native American amongst these people. Kabad always said the same thing. You see a brother at a party, he just one brother is all heathens, all Edomites. He had a dinner table, it's just one of him, all heathens. Like, we see you. You're not them. You can't, no matter how many ties you put on, you still a nigga. No matter how many gothic paint and makeup you put on, emo clothes, you still a nigga. And the same thing, no matter how many gangsters and you know, thugging that you do, you still a nigga trying to be like an oppressor, man. You come learn your true culture, and the Lord coming to snatch you up out of here, man. So lock it. All right. And let's see. I'll drop down to verse 38. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgressed against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. So that's another thing. Like, these fake small hats that try to claim our identity, they got marched into the land. They got military power. They get billions of dollars from the American government year in and year out. The Bible says that the Israelites are going to be scattered and live amongst these other nations, and the Lord is going to come and bring them back into the land, man. Not NATO, not the Zionist movement, all this BS, man. The Lord's going to come bring you out of the land that you sojourn in. He's going to purge the rebels, the people that teach against the Lord, to teach the people of Israel to go against the Lord, right? Let's drop that. Let's go to Revelations 11 and 14. These some basic milk precepts, man, but just try to break it down a little bit. For time's sake, I'm going to keep it moving though. The book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's, you know, this precept, man. The second woe is past. That's World War II. The third woe cometh quickly. It's going to come so fast like a thief in the night. People not going to see it coming. We've been seeing it coming because we read these records. We understand it. It's been broken down by men of the Lord. And we've been prophesying our people. And so as things speed up, it's not going to slow down in these last days. They speeding up. You jump from the pandemic, right out the pandemic to recession, inflation, jump out of inflation to Russia. It ain't even, it's all happening at the same time. Russia going to war with Ukraine, hop out of the war with Ukraine. Then it goes on over to whatever is another big. Then it goes to Israel and Palestine. It's coming quickly. It's back to back to back. When my plane was canceled flying back from Atlanta, another one of my coworkers had a flight that was canceled. And in the morning, I think she called. She was asking other people if they saw what was going on and why the flights was canceled because of the computer situation going down. But she didn't say all that. She was just like, yeah, my flight's canceled. Y'all see what's going on, right? And one of them was like, yeah, the tornado? She was like, nah, what tornado? I'm not talking about no tornado. The other person was like, yeah, no, what was it? The earthquake? She like, what earthquake are you talking about? Somebody else was like, nah, was it the flood? Like, she like, God damn, is this the last days? This is an Edomite, though. She's like, no, I'm talking about the cyber attack or whatever that happened with the planes. None of the planes is flying. It's like so much is happening at one time. You thinking this is what's going on. It's 10, 15, 20 other things going on. What else happened, man? You go from the cyber attack. No, you go from, how do you break it down? You can start at COVID to the inflation, recession, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine. They're trying to assassinate the president. Cyber attacks, earthquakes, floods, all these things we about to read in Matthew, the 24th chapter, is coming quickly. It's about to amp up real quick. So this is our time, man, to get war ready, man. We got to get our brotherhood right, man. We got to stock up these storehouses. We got to get our families in line, in order. We got to get our brotherhood tighter, and we got to get ready because the third woe coming quickly, man. All right, let's drop that. Let's go to Isaiah 26 and 20. Select. Isaiah 26 and 20. You got any questions, go ahead, put them in the chat. Let's go. We got, where we at? 45 minutes, probably go a little bit over an hour. Isaiah 26 and 20. And it reads, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. Like, come into this sanctuary, man. Come into the protection of the truth of the Lord. Change your life. Like Revelations 18 said, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins and receive her punishments or her plagues. Like, this is the sanctuary that you need to be in by getting your life right, because it's the Lord that's going to deliver us in these last days. There ain't no type of prepping, ain't no type of nothing that you can do if you don't have the Lord on your side. You imagine that? Can you imagine the Lord saying, let me come down and save these brothers out here that's raping women, that's selling dope, that's selling crack? Like, nah, Lord ain't coming down to deliver you. You understand me? You working with the enemy. All right? Shalaki. Verse 21, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. Like, you come into this protection, then you're going to be saved in these last days. You keep pushing down that path and living your life like a sinner, like somebody in the world, the Lord's going to come and punish you along with everyone else, man. All right, let's go to the next one. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. The book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Like, yeah, proclaim this among the Gentiles. Let all the heathens know. It's time to prepare war, to end war. Without war without war there is no peace. So prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your prune hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Like now it's time for war. We're getting war ready. You're just a humble man. That's all you got to do. You plowshares. Turn that into a sword, man. Turn that into a weapon. And your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right? Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Right? And so the valley of Jehoshaphat is modern day Israel today, right near the Gaza Strip. This is like where he's saying we're gonna gather up all these heathens, man, and the Lord's gonna destroy them. All right. So like it real quick. Let me go ahead and grab a water. 1 second. All right. Let's go to the without war, there is no peace. In order for us to gain peace for the Lord's chosen people, the Lord's gonna have to go to war with these heathen nations. These heathen nations know it. In order for them to gain peace, they got to go to war. What you think China doing? China is not singing "We Shall Overcome." China is trying to make as many nuclear bombs and send as much fentanyl to America to destroy their enemies. China is getting ready to do a cyber attack to destroy their enemies. China trying to feed TikTok to America, have everybody distracted on dances and nothing, while they raise up their people with knowledge on TikTok, right? Without war, there cannot be any peace. The Lord is telling these heathens, get ready for war, because he's going to show you who the real ruler of the earth is. Right? And that's why, lock it. Okay, let me get that precept. Romans 9:13. Get that precept about Jacob and Esau. Like the Lord has allowed these devils to get to a level of power where it seems impossible for anyone to destroy them. Not even it seems. He allowed these heathens to get so powerful that it is impossible to destroy these heathens. You let your oppressor, he let the white man get so much power that nobody can defeat him. That's crazy to think. Like, we do hear all this stuff about China and China going to war and all that. China cannot defeat America. Russia cannot defeat America. None of these nations can go up against America. India, they can come together all they want. They're not going to defeat these oppressors. And that's because the Lord allowed them to have this power, right? Because he wants to be the one to destroy them. So there'll be no question, without a doubt, who the true power in the earth is, right? The book of Romans chapter 9, verse 13, right? We know this one. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. That's how the Lord is showing his power, is by letting these devils get all this power. Get them to a level where it's impossible for anybody human to develop a plan to destroy these devils. And they pride is so much that they know this about themselves. Like, yeah, ain't nobody can F with us. Ain't no other nation can do what we doing. Nobody can destroy us. That they're so prideful that they don't see or will accept the fact that they're getting destroyed by a black man by the name of Christ, man. All right, or Yahweh Shah Mashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ. All right, let's drop that. Let's go to Joel chapter 2, verse 1. The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is night at hand. Like, this is the job that we have, to go around and sound the alarm, blow the trumpet, that all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is night at hand. Like, we got to keep going out, keep prophesying, keep letting people know who we are, and keep fighting to bring these brothers into the truth, right? All right, let's drop that. Let's go to Second Ezra 13 and 1. Let me grab the Apocrypha real quick. Slide. Ooh-wee. Lucky, I'm back. Second Ezra 13:1. Good night. All right. Real quick, the book of Second Ezra, chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that had moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen unto him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when he filleth the fire. Like, man, every time he spoke, it's like fire destroying them and burning them up, like grass you throw in the fire, right? And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have been seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Like the truth that he's speaking is destroying these people. There's fires coming out of the truth. It's all this destruction that happened to these people. Blast of fire, lips of a flaming breath. You understand? All these things are coming by the Lord, right? Let's drop that. Let's see if anybody got any questions. I'm not gonna go to too many more precepts. I might bring one more precept out when it concerns. I got some more right here for brothers' notebooks though. You always got Ezekiel 38 chapter. What is that? Gog and Magog. Talking about Russia. Talking about how they went to war with us and then they came double back after ending the war. Started something else. Yep. Ezekiel 38 and 1 through 7. Just telling the Lord to, it's like it's telling the men of the Lord to turn against the enemies of the Lord, and also saying prophesy, man, against these people. Let it be known that we are not the same, man. Gog and Magog. These we go down to verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, all thine army horsemen, all them clothes, all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a greater company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right? Slack. These heathens that have gone forth and said they were going to be in peace with America, the Lord put hooks in their mouth, man, pull them right back, and they right back in the enemy, lock in step with the American nation, right? So-called American nation. Salaki, let's see. If I may, can you give a little description of how the chariots will be here in the end, Baba Kushah? Okay, I'm not exactly sure. There's a breakdown on how the chariots move and operate, or certain descriptions of what they look like, flying scroll, with someone operating it. It's going to look like UFOs in a lot of ways, what we've always heard. Our description of how the chariots will be here in Bible show. I could say this. It'll be, give you a number. Revelations 9 and 16. The book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. Like, however it goes, these angels, 200. The number of the army was 200,000, which comes out to being 200 million angels. It's going to be 200 million angels that come. That's one way that answers your question a little bit, right? Well, you can reach out to me a little bit after that, after class, whatever. We can go further into it. If I'm not answering the question about the chariots, right? But I am going to close this class. Like I said, starting out, it's wartime, it's war ready. More and more brothers and sisters, y'all that are already in the school, y'all get ready, because it's going to be a flood of people that come into the school. And for one, make sure we showing them brotherhood, but also let's make sure we are keeping things in order and making it right for the environment for them to come into, the culture that they come into, right? But with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the class. We say shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, thumb to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemar, thumb Hashem Yahshua, to all the sisters. All right.